Good evening, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to another Darji Daily Dump. I'll be brief. At least I hope I will be. Um, let's go through it. Today was a bit of a different day, especially the morning. Morning was started off great, and then some thoughts came my way and kind of went sideways, and I had to kind of bounce back, get myself together, my bearings together, and kind of recharge things. Right. So again, up at 4 o'clock, I got right to it, as I told you. I think on the last discussion I did, I finished up the book, so the book is done. And then I hired I didn't hire them yet, but I'm hiring a proofreading specialist so they can go through the book, clean up any phrases, line edits, make sure there's a good flow to the book. So that I was working on that this morning, did that for a little while. I did that for about an hour and a half just because I had to converse with folks on Fiverr.com. Real quick, by the way, if you're not using, excuse me, Fiverr.com, man, you're missing out. Like, you get such great work at exceptional prices, and there's pro services that you can use. I mean, you can find almost any kind of work that needs to be done on Fiverr.com. I mean, there's other platforms as well, PH Online Jobs or something like that, Upwork. So you should definitely be utilizing those resources if it's the right fit for your business or for what you're doing. So did that. Worked on the business credit development. So we did that. I did that for a little bit in the morning. I took a peek at that. So we had that going on. And then as far as like the morning, had a little bit of a moment in the morning where things were a little weird, like when you sometimes don't see the momentum happening the way you want it to, or you don't see the results coming in the fashion or the manner that you want it to, you can kind of get down on yourself, right? I certainly did this morning. I kind of was beating myself up. But one of the things that I've learned and that you will have to learn quickly if you're going to be an entrepreneur or take on these challenges, you cannot spend time dwelling on the negative stuff. And you're not always going to have someone in your corner to tell you or snap you out of it. You're going to have to hold yourself accountable to get yourself out of that rut. Because if you go down that path, if you let it spiral out, it'll get bad. How can I say that? Because I've done it. I've had moments when I first started out where I just spiraled out. Like I was sitting in front of my computer crying, not practically. I was literally crying because of how tough things were, and I didn't expect them to be that tough, and they were. And I learned over time that, hey, yeah, things stink. And they're not always rainbows and unicorns and all fantastic. And you got to just keep pushing through. And what I've found through that is when you develop that energy within, inspiration comes, self-encouragement comes, right? You start building up that faith within you of what you're trying to accomplish, what you're aiming to accomplish, what your goals are, and then you go forward with it, right? And then you just build yourself up, and what also starts happening is those wins start happening. Good things start coming to your way, and that's exactly what happened today. Working on these two deals, phenomenal deals. And, I told you on Friday that we won the court case to acquire these two deals. And there was just some latency on the opposing side of sending us the proper information so that we could close on the deals by the time the judge ordered us to close. And so I knew what they were trying to do. They were trying to stall it so that we would be in a position where we wouldn't be able to close. And, you know, long story short on that, the whole team, myself, title company, lenders, the sellers, everybody working together in harmony brought that thing to a culmination. And we are closing on both deals tomorrow. And they're great, great deals, right? Helped out the families. They're all set. They're squared away. And, and that's the energy, right? That's the energy that you have to bring about. If I had kept the energy of what I had in the morning throughout the entire day, yeah, no way that these two deals are closing tomorrow. I just know that. Because I would have probably not looked at my emails. I probably would have sat in my couch or, did some foolishness that wasn't going to be helpful to me, right? And guess what else came out of that, right? Some thought processes came out of that. And the whole part of why I was kind of in this rut is right now, like the transaction, the business side is more transaction based, meaning flips and things like that. And the portfolio rentals are coming due now where they're starting to finish up. So, the cash flow is starting to build up. But you start thinking about like, man, the what ifs, right? You start thinking about, man, how much longer? How much more time is it going to take? Because I know, based on my math and my evaluation of the deals that are currently under construction, I mean, they're going to have a massive, massive impact on the bottom line number for my life. It's plain and simple, right? So, I kind of got in that little bit of a whirlwind. But out of that came out a thought process. And, someone that I look up to or at least listen to and take in information is Grant Cardone. And, one of the things that I notice about what he does is he's always has a product to enhance somebody's life. And it really made me think about what I've got going on and what I'm doing, like to really create a true ecosystem of where we're helping one another, right? That's one of the reasons why I've really been manifesting in this book. I'm telling you, this book that I've written and I'm going through and editing, if you buy it and you don't do a deal out of it, shame on you. Yeah, I'm just being real. Not on me. Shame on you. That book has case studies of what I've done, the deals that I've physically done. Right? I'm not going to go in and not give you what I've done. I'm going to give you all the details, all the steps of how I'm doing these deals, how I've gotten them, and how you can get them as well. I'm giving you how to structure a business plan, how to set goals. Not more importantly, right? We can all set goals, which is great. But more importantly, how do we keep ourselves accountable to the goals? I'm giving you softwares and applications to use to get to distressed properties. I'm giving you sales scripts on how to interact with potential sellers and homeowners, how to ask the right questions or how to make the proper statements to get more information out so that you can put yourself in a helping role to really change that family or that homeowner's life. Like I'm giving you everything in this book. I'm telling you right now, I'd be very sad if not one single person who purchased that book didn't do a deal. like dead serious. And what you see a lot in books these days is, they'll tell you all the fluff stuff, but man, how do you do it? Like, how was this done? And I'm giving you all that information. I was telling my wife this. I told her, I was like, hey, I wrote a book, or I'm writing a book at that time. I told her I'm writing a book, and she goes, "You're writing a book?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "What's it gonna be about?" Well, I mean, she's like, aside, I know it's real estate. She's like, "I'm just gonna go over everything that I do." I'm like, "You're seriously just gonna give all that away, like everything that you work for?" I'm like, "Yeah," because look at how it's changed our lives, right? And she realized, she was like, "Yeah, like I truly hope that this book that comes out, when I give it to you guys, that it really changes your trajectory of wealth." And one of the things that I've thought about is, a lot of people write new books, and I haven't made a solid decision, and maybe I love your feedback on this. But one of the things what I thought about, and actually I had this thought today, I was like, instead of writing different books, I'm just going to write one book and just do revisions. So, the book name is, let's say, X, version 1. And then when I do new stuff, when I solve new problems, within a year's worth of time, the following year, I'll put out version 2 and 3 and so on and so forth, right? Because the more I climb, the more crazy stuff I do, right? One of the things that I love to do is come up with strategies and then win court cases. Because what happens when that victory takes place is now you've set a precedence. Meaning, if you win one, if one judge grants you a victory, it is applicable now to be used as case law to win other similar cases potentially in other counties. I don't know if it applies the same way on different states. I can certainly ask my attorney. I'll definitely ask. But yeah, I mean, so I love doing that, and then I love sharing that information so that you can go implement that thing. And so, this book is going to give you all of that information. It's going to give you examples of sales agreements, lease agreements, lease option agreements, addendums. Just be mindful. Consult with your attorney, because I'm not an attorney. But these are all things that I've spent thousands of dollars on with my attorney. I mean, if I showed you the invoices of my attorneys, you guys would be like, "This is crazy." But this is what is sometimes required. Like, my attorney and I, we have brainstorming sessions. Yes, he charges me. But think about that, right? We have brainstorming sessions to when I come up with ideas, hey, how does this fit into legal realm so that we are compliant, ethical, and do things the right way? And then once we have these sessions, we're able to go execute. Like the two deals that I'm closing on tomorrow, we won court cases. Hasn't been done. Has not been done. My attorney did the review, the research, saw that, wait, there's no case law that supports this. I was like, all right, well, we'll be the first. And that's the beauty of this, right? Like, most people would probably shy away or be nervous. Man, this is why you get to do this. This is the fun stuff. You get to literally play in a sandbox and just create and do whatever you want in the realm of what you're allowed to do, but utilizing these experts in your tool belt, right? And so, again, this book, I hope it's very important to me. I hope it helps you. Um, I, I, I know, I know it will help you. So, we're also now, on end of March, March 31st, we're having a Darji Capital, right? Darji Capital is having an event. We're teaching people how to find financial freedom through real estate, and we're excited about that. I'm I'm seeing over time that this is not about me, and I'm always learning. Don't get me wrong, I'm always learning. There's never a time where I'm not open to learning. But I do believe, I think God's leading me to say, hey, you need to share, you need to help others, and like I'm doing a deal right now with a friend of mine from church. We're working on a deal. We're partnered up in on it, and we're doing deals together. It's phenomenal, right? And here's what kind of happens through that process. She's got expertise. I've got expertise, right? I can bring that to the table. She can bring her portion to the table. We work together to do these deals, and boom, everybody benefits from it. So this is what my day looked like today. Actually, then at 9 o'clock, just about 40 minutes ago, I had jumped on a investor call. So we were just going over potential investment outlooks that individual investors already in a deal that I'm working on. So we're talking about what does the exit look like? How do we position them to get into the next investment? One thing with me with Darji Capital is that we are always going to have a deal for you to get in on. It's guaranteed. Guaranteed. We always got something cooking for you to leverage your funds to get in on. That's just how we work, because we want you to see the benefits. Now, we don't put you in some crazy deals. Get your feet wet. Get in, see how this works. Get into a project, a little short term, get out. See how the whole documentation process, how the money moves, how the payouts look. We show you all that. We walk you through all that. There's full transparency. I'm actually, we're working on putting out a digital newsletter for our investors. One of the feedbacks that I got from the event, we had a private event for our investors, and one of the feedback that I got is, we would like to see some more updates of how your things are going along. And that was great to hear back, because, hey, my responsibility is to help teach the investors and show them the process and the course. Some of them, who knows, may move on to becoming real estate investors. And wow, that'd be neat if I could have been a part of that journey to help them. So that's what my day looked like. Tomorrow is going to be another awesome day, because I'm going to say it's going to be awesome, right? Whatever you profess is what you get. So I hope this is helping you all. I hope this is bringing some value. And again, if you guys have any questions, comments, any issues that you're dealing with, if you've got deals that you're working on and you're stuck, maybe some title work, or you don't know how to get A solved or B or C, whatever the case is, let me know. We'll work together on it. I'm not charging you for my time or anything. We'll work together on the deal, and we'll get it to the finish line, right? Some of you who know me very thoroughly and have done deals with me and partnered with me, and this is, I am patting my own back and tooting my own horn. I'm really good with public records and solving unique problems. I mean, I can go toe to toe with the best of them, and I was taught. Okay, this is not to say that I just learned it out of thin air. No, I have a mentor that for the past 2+ years I've been working with, and we've been learning. I've been learning and growing and understanding and digesting and implementing. That's the thing, implementing the things that I've taken in. I'm taking action on and doing. So again, if you're struggling with any deals that you need help with, shoot me a comment, message, whatever you want, whatever's comfortable. If you have my cell phone, just text me. That's perfectly fine. And we'll work on deals together, and let's go make some money together. Let's change how we talk about money and how we handle money.